totalers. Even when the champagne flowed out of buckets in the glory days, Tommy Hafey would always rather a cup of tea. And at 61, he maintains the Spartan self-discipline. This Australian football legend still punishes himself with some commando-like rituals, beginning each day with the most brutal of awakenings. This is Melbourne's St Kilda Beach, 6:05, middle of winter. And out there is probably the least inviting, least inspiring stretch of water this side of the South Pole. In about 10 minutes, Tom Hafey will jog past here for his morning run and swim. We're going to film Tom, but he's told us he won't be able to talk right now because he'll be too busy enjoying himself. Long before hitting the beach, he's already run 10 kilometres.
We're all clothed and he's got nothing on.
And this routine he's kept every morning since he gave up playing footy 27 years ago. Never misses. A creature of the most masochistic habits. 600 sit-ups at a time and 200 of these most monstrous press-ups. What's the swim do, Tom? Climax at all?
Oh, yeah. Just what I've been doing.
It's times like this when we mortals are reminded why the Hafeys have become sports heroes, while the rest of us have stayed warm and safe and dry. We'd all like to be as fit or as revered, but who else has the constitution or commitment of this warrior, whose only addiction is football? How many of them would you go through a day, Tom?
Oh, I reckon about a dozen.
Do you? And is that none of the rituals? A cup of tea?
Yes, it is, yeah. I've always been a tea drinker, the whole family are for that matter. You're aware I'm a non-drinker and a non-smoker.
Does alcohol ever pass your lips?
Nah, never touched it. Never touched it. Never gone like that.
Why not, Tom?
Oh, I just didn't want to do it. I suppose everybody else was doing it. I couldn't really see any sense in it, I suppose.
Boys, now this time, I'll get you to go around the square.
Thursday night in Melbourne's western suburbs, and the Newport West Football Club have asked Hafey along to listen to some of the knowledge he's learnt over 22 years of big league coaching. He's travelled Victoria, taking country and suburban clubs for one-night sessions, ever since his last big job, the Sydney Swans, from where he was sacked in 1988.
A couple of things I'm really hot on is the calling, the talking. Tommy, yours, Andrew. I wanted a two-way thing.
Hafey will talk footy with anyone, anywhere. But what he really wants is another chance at the big time, to coach in the AFL.
I did it for 22 years at AFL level and 6 years in the country with Shepparton in the Goulburn Valley. But it's the greatest time of my life, in my opinion.
You loved coaching?
Yep, I loved it.
I think he'd love to. Yeah, I think he misses the boys and the training, even though he trains in the country with all the kids and he enjoys that, but I think he really misses the involvement of a club.
Would Maureen be happy for you to go back to coaching?
Oh, I would think so. I don't think I've asked her. I think it's just expected.
I've got you under my skin.
The Hafeys regard the faces on their kitchen wall as their boys. They keep contact with hundreds of old players across Australia. And some, like Kevin Bartlett, share Tom's addictions for drinking tea, for football, and for the really important things of life.
With Tommy, well, I think that if the Third World War broke out, if they didn't have it on the back page, I think Tommy wouldn't know it existed.
There's not much on the front page anyway, it's a rule, is there? You start from the back and you go to the classifieds, and that's about it, isn't it?
Here, Tommy, a nice pizza and a couple of tea bags to get you going. How's that?
Where's the tea bag?
Where's the water? I'm not sure. Ooh, look at this.
On Saturdays, Hafey and David Mackay commentate for one radio station, while in the adjoining box, Bartlett and Sam Newman report for another. And Hafey is always in the T-shirt that's as much his trademark as his tea drinking or his early morning swim.
Well, Tommy is very big on T-shirts, as we know.
Very big on pectorals.
Yes, he has about 25 T-shirts hanging up in his wardrobe, but 24 of them are still in the cellophane. He just keeps wearing the same one all the time.
He's actually
why, I
a
don't
house
know.
model for the Brotherhood of St Lawrence, Tommy.
He used to.
In the last 50 years, would you have missed many Saturday afternoons at the footy?
Oh, I don't think I've missed any. When I had hepatitis, I remember having hepatitis as a player. I had to listen to the radio, which I wasn't that wrapped in, to be quite honest. And that was only for a few weeks, of course. But I think that's about the only time that I've actually missed a Saturday. I couldn't think of going anywhere else. I've never seen snow. It seems strange, doesn't it, I suppose? Particularly living in Victoria, but it's just because it's on during football season.
Do you reckon Tom knows perestroika's happened over the other side of the world? Do you reckon he knows that? That the wall's down? Would he know the wall's down? He knows that Robert Walls is just about down and out up in Brisbane, but he wouldn't know the wall's
He would have thought Perestroika played with Jezelenko.
The Tigers are struggling. They've only had 3 wins. It'll be interesting.
The commentating, as well as guest coaching and the newspaper columns he writes, feed Hafey's addiction for football. But as much as 22 years and 4 clubs might have soured other men, Tommy yearns for more and more.
My football now ends at 6 o'clock on a Saturday night and starts again the following week at 12:30, whereas if you're with the club, you've got the night functions, you've got the training on the Sunday morning and the training throughout the course of the week and the telephone calls to the players.
You love all that?
Yeah, that part of it's, well, it's been my life, but I think everybody...
That's it.
2 years ago, Hafey had several offers to coach AFL clubs. None was quite right. But last year, in his 61st year, there were no offers. Still, no one can accuse Hafey of putting life on hold till the phone call comes. Last summer, he completed his bronze medallion as a lifesaver. And on any given day, you might find him, in his T-shirt, of course, lecturing like this to a group of fellow over 60s.
That if you make up your mind to do something, nothing should sway you or take you off that track. It's as simple as that. In other words, willpower and self-discipline.
And I just continually keep on saying if we can get everybody enjoying a healthy sporting fitness lifestyle, we'd be pulling down jars, not building new ones. And so, yeah, I really advocated that everybody should have some form of sport.
It's our life. It's a way of life. You know, some people say, oh, well, to lose isn't so bad. It's only a sport. But it's not to some people. It is their life.